Imagine digging a hole in your own backyard, sweat dripping down your face on a sweltering Saturday, only to hear the furious slap-slap of designer sandals charging at you like a one-woman army. That's how it started for me. Alex Rivera, the guy everyone in Willow Creek whispered about as the troublemaker who dared to question the almighty HOA. But oh, how the tables turned when my simple fence project peeled back the layers of a neighborhood nightmare, revealing a web of lies, theft, and the kind of petty tyranny that makes you laugh through gritted teeth. I had lived in Willow Creek for 5 years, a cookie-cutter suburb in suburban Virginia where every lawn was manicured to HOA perfection, and any deviation sparked whispers sharper than garden shears. Folks called it peaceful, but it felt more like a pressure cooker wrapped in vinyl siding. I'd been labeled the odd one out ever since a rumor mill started churning lies about me. Something about me being a disruptive renter who didn't belong, even though I'd bought my house outright. I kept my head down, observed quietly, and let the gossip slide. After all, why fight windmills when you can bide your time? But that changed the day I decided to reclaim my backyard. The patch of land behind my house was a no-man's land of weeds and mud, backing onto a storm drain that the HOA had dubbed community green space in their glossy newsletters. Neighbors used it as a shortcut for dog walks, trampling my grass into oblivion. I'd had enough. Last month, I hired a surveyor quietly, no fanfare, and the results were crystal clear. That strip was mine, down to the inch. Bright yellow stakes marked the boundary like neon exclamation points. So, I rented a post-hole digger and got to work. Halfway through the first hole, the assault began. Alexander Rivera, what in the name of community standards do you think you're playing at? The voice was shrill, laced with that fopolite venom only HOA presidents master. There she was, Patricia Hargrove, Queen Bee of the Willow Creek HOA, striding across the pavement in her crisp capris and pearl earrings, her face a mask of manufactured outrage. Her hair was a helmet of highlights, and she clutched a clipboard like a shield. Building a fence. Pat, I replied, straightening up and wiping dirt from my hands. I kept my tone even, but inside, I was already cataloging her every twitch, the way her lips pursed like she'd sucked a lemon. On your own? Without submitting Form 12B for architectural review, she jabbed a finger at the digger, her nails painted an aggressive shade of coral. This is a blatant disregard for our covenants. It's on my property. I shot back, pointing to the stakes. Survey says so. County approved. Not your green space anymore, she huffed, her chest puffing out like a territorial pigeon. Shared aesthetics. Alex. We have rules to maintain harmony. You can't just erect whatever you please. The word erect hung there awkwardly, and I bit back a smirk. Harmony, this from the woman who'd fined old Mrs. Jenkins for a bird feeder that clashed with the pallet. I set the digger down gently. Rules don't trump deeds, Pat. This land's mine. Your dog walkers can find another route. Her eyes narrowed to slits, and she whipped out her phone with the flair of a gunslinger. "You've forced my hand," she muttered, dialing with dramatic taps. I chuckled outright. 911? Really? Over a fence? She ignored me, speaking into the phone with exaggerated urgency. Yes. Emergency services? There's an unauthorized construction encroaching on community property. Potential safety hazard. Send someone immediately. 30 minutes later, a county sheriff's cruiser rolled up, lights off but presence unmistakable. Deputy Ramirez stepped out, adjusting his belt, his face a mix of boredom and curiosity. "You Rivera?" he asked, eyeing the half-dug hole. "That's me." Patricia swooped in like a hawk. "Officer, this man is violating HOA bylaws, encroaching on green space. It's a menace to our standards." Ramirez raised an eyebrow. "That so?" He turned to me. I handed over the rolled-up survey map from my toolbox. "Official survey, dated last month. Stakes match county records. All mine." He unfolded it, scanned the lines, glanced at the stakes, then back at Patricia. A grin cracked his face. "Ma'am, you called 911 because a guy's fencing his own yard." Her face bloomed crimson. "It's about community integrity." "No, ma'am," he said, handing me back the map. "It's about private property. Unless you've got a court order saying otherwise." "He's good," he chuckled as he walked away. "Try your HOA hotline next time." I waved him off and resumed digging, but I knew Patricia's type. Defeat was just fuel for pettier fires. By Saturday, the fence was up, solid pine panels, 6 feet tall, with a locked gate for courtesy. It looked damn good, blocking the shortcut and giving my yard the privacy it deserved. Sunday morning, coffee in hand, I spotted them. 3 HOA board members huddled like conspirators at the fence's edge. No Patricia, but her lapdog VP, Harold Benson, kept shooting glares my way. I sipped my brew and went inside, filing it away. Tuesday brought the first salvo, a fancy envelope in my mailbox. No stamp, just the HOA seal. Inside, on thick paper that screamed importance, it cited Section 7.2, violation of visual unity and communal vista guidelines. 7 days to remove the fence or face fines. No nod to the survey, just buzzwords like cohesive ambience. I smirked. Classic Patricia. All bluster, no bite. I tucked it away and called my Aunt Carla, a city inspector 2 towns over who dealt with more HOA drama than most. "They're posturing," she said after I emailed the letter. "But if they escalate, hit the county zoning board. Document everything." Escalation came Thursday. A guy in a fluorescent vest prowled my yard with a tablet. "Hey," I called, stepping out. "Private property. HOA hired me to inspect alterations to common areas," he said, not looking up. "Who said it's common?" "Your boss. The HOA prez." I pulled out a laminated survey copy. He glanced, frowned, deleted his notes. This adjusts things. I'll note it as a mix-up." "Mix-up? Call it trespassing," I said coolly. "And get off my land." He scurried away, mumbling apologies. That night, I filed online with the county survey. Photos, letter attached, and CC'd the state AG's HOA unit. Game on. Carla was spot on about the money grab. Saturday's mail brought a penalty notice. $950 in administrative fees, daily accruals, lien threat. I was poring over it in my driveway when neighbor Mike ambled over, a retired mechanic with a perpetual squint. "You too?" he asked, waving a similar envelope. "They nailed you for what?" "My old tool shed, been there since 12. Suddenly non-conforming. Guess they're on a tear." I showed him my survey. He whistled. "They know this is bogus, right? They're banking on me folding." Mike grinned. "Bad bet." By Monday, the ripple hit. 6 neighbors dinged for nonsense. A swing set, flower boxes, even a mailbox repaint. Retaliation. pure and simple, to scare off allies. Patricia's playbook, divide and conquer. Time to flip the script. That evening, I blasted an email to every resident, addresses culled from the HOA directory. Attachments, survey, fines, fence pics, plus links to complaint forms and AG contacts. Signed off. If they can fabricate this over my fence, your birdhouse is next. Stand up now. Responses flooded in. By Wednesday, 25 complaints filed. A group demanded a full HOA audit. That's when the cracks showed. Beautification dues collected for years, landscapers unpaid for months. A $6,500 advisory fee to a firm owned by Patricia's brother-in-law. Jackpot. I forwarded the dirt to the county investigator on my case. 2 days later, Ms. Hargrove and Treasurer Elaine Voss notified of misconduct probe. Auditor en route. Next morning, a moving truck idled at Patricia's McMansion. Movers hustled boxes. She was MIA. Harold showed up, sweaty and twitchy, waving awkwardly. I ignored him until he approached. Alex, buddy, this spiraled. Let's negotiate. Negotiate my fake fine? Pay up the $950 you tried shaking me down for. He stammered, retreated. Pathetic. Special meeting that week. Packed community center. Pressure cooker popped. Patricia resigned mid-meeting. Harold followed. New interim board, everyday folks. First acts. Refund bogus fines. Mandate legal backing for penalties. I skipped running. My fence stood tall, a silent sentinel. Willow Creek breathed easier, no more nitpick patrols. The interim board's debut meeting was in the local library basement, folding tables groaning under coffee urns and agendas. Every seat taken, walls lined with standees. I lurked in back, ears perked. Chairwoman Elena Torres, a no-nonsense nurse, banged the table. We're here for transparency. Investigation ongoing. Floors open. First up, a burly guy, folder in hand. I'm Diego Lopez, Elm Street. Got fined $750 for a porch swing my kids built. But check this, the payment went to a personal account, not HOA. Routing's off. Murmurs swelled. Elena peered over her readers. Proof. He handed over statements. A lady jumped up. Us too. Fined for holiday lights. Check vanished from ledgers. Floodgates burst. 15 tales of ghost fines. Missing funds. Then Lisa, the CPA neighbor. I crunched numbers. $12, 000 in consulting with 0 receipts. Bombshell from soft-voiced retiree Frank, ex-state auditor. Thick dossier. They set up a phantom LLC under Voss's sister's name. Contracts awarded. No work done. Funds siphoned. Reported to DA already. Room exploded, gasps. Shouts. Embezzlement, Elena asked. Fraud. Plain, Frank said. Deliberate, Elena gavelled calm. Funds frozen. Third-party audit. DA's on it, reimbursements via insurance if charges stick. All fines reviewed back 3 years. Post-meeting, parking lot buzzed like a hive. Diego clapped my shoulder. Your fence lit the fuse. Man. We owe you. Just wanted my yard back. I quipped. But yeah. Satisfaction simmered. Dawn raid next day. Sedans at Patricia's. Investigators hauled files. By noon, Harold's car impounded. Voss's door sealed. Forensic audit site. DA called. Investigator Mia Kent wanted my statement. Survey. 911 log. Timeline. In her office, she nodded at my stack. Patterns clear. Fake violations funneled to pockets. Wire fraud. Felonies incoming. Next. Pressed. Arraignments soon. Accounts frozen. Assets seized for restitution. Local news blared. Willow Creek HOA chiefs indicted in embezzlement ring. Footage, them stone-faced leaving court. Neighborhood transformed. Permanent board under Elena. Transparent books online. Evidence required enforcements. Elected overseers. Spending caps. Newsletter, now useful events. Not edicts. Kid-coded resident portal. Summer block party by the drain. Once Patricia's exclusive vista. I brought lemonade. Frank distributed audit highlights. Grinning. No fence talk. Air lighter. Curse lifted. Dusk. Mike sauntered over with burgers. News say 75% restitution. Not shabby for swings and sheds, I said. He eyed my fence. Still up. Damn right, he chewed. Mused. Tiny things sparked a revolution. I scanned the laughing crowd. Wasn't tiny. It was mine. A month post-party. Elena phoned urgently. Private chat. Alex. Her cozy bungalow smelled of basil. Envelope on table. Invoice for phantom drain beautification. $32,000. Never done. Submitted to HOA, she said. But tied to county grant. Forged apps. Voss's hubby, business reg. Alan Voss. Shell firm. Crossed to public funds. State auditor notified. But slow. You got DA connects. Not blood. But yeah, called Mia. Hoping you'd ring. Layers deep. I spilled. Pause. Public misappropriation. Financial crimes unit incoming. Fast. 2 weeks. Dawn swarm at Voss's. Agents. Warrants. Seizures. News. HOA scandal escalates. Grant fraud probe. Forged SIGs busted by old watermark. Mia updated. Injunction filed. Seize assets. Freeze budgets. State custodian for HOA. Granted swift. Team camped in community hall. Under review. No gripes, relief reigned. Elena got a HOA hero cake. State hearing. Residents vented. My turn. Fence was spark, but exposed theft making us powerless. But we pushed back together. Applause thundered. Probe wrapped months later. Indictments for fraud, forgery, misappropriation. Judge scorched. Theft masked as leadership. Trust abused. Prison terms. Restitutions. Asset liquidations. Custodians lingered 6 months. Bylaws revamped. Audits mandatory. Rotating panels. Elena bowed out. Just wanted neighborly vibes. Her yard got a bench. For question askers. Willow Creek. Honest now. Bike sans color codes. Gardens free. Newsletter. Birthdays. Pets. Mike paused by my gate one day. Tear it down. Nah. Reminder. He nodded. Kept tyrants out. United us. Gazing at chalk art and barbecues. I agreed. Not bad for pine boards. But here's the kicker, was building that fence the real crime? Or was it the HOA's iron fist that deserved the fall? You tell me. In a harmonious neighborhood, who's the true villain when rules become weapons?